Hey, what's going on, everyone? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is Three Buck Theater. And back in May of 2001, I was at E3 in Los Angeles. It was my second time. I was walking around one of the halls and I came across a small booth for Microsoft's Xbox console that was coming out that fall. Didn't have a lot of fanfare, didn't have a lot of love. Everybody was in the other hall fawning and swooning over the GameCube. And so there was no line. I walked right in, started checking things out, and I was approached by a game developer asking me if I wanted to play a new first-person shooter where you play as a space marine on an alien planet taking on aliens, and they had a multiplayer match for Capture the Flag in a map called Blood Gulch. And so I sat down to play it, and as a result, I was one of the first people in the world to play Halo in 2001. And I have, for the past 18 years, absolutely fundamentally loved this franchise. And it's one of the things that I really have wanted to see come to the big screen, even though there's been a couple attempts at it, never really played out. But we are getting a TV show through Showtime that is set to air in early 2021. Long time, considering they announced it, I think last year sometime. That's fine. They've got their cast now. Bokeem Woodbine is in it. I'm okay with that. I love Bokeem Woodbine. Natasha McElhone is going to be in it. I love her as well. Have for, I think, ever since Truman Show back in the 90s. I've been a big fan of hers. So I'm very curious to see what's going to happen with this show. But there's a couple concerning elements that I've gotten. This comes from an article on Slashfilm. So it says Halo series will be PG-13, almost R, for violence, and will respect established canon. Now, the canon for the franchise has grown well beyond my overall knowledge of it. I've read a lot of the books, I played all the games, but there's comics, there's that Halo Legends anime. Don't even bother with that. That thing was god-awful beyond belief. Think the Animatrix and its approach, where you have different stories being told about Halo and Master Chief, but all done from an anime, different anime companies, kind of like Batman Gotham Knight. It's an interesting concept, but it was just terrible. I bought it brand new on Blu-ray the day it dropped, watched it once, and then it's in a bin. I don't even care. It's on Netflix. I won't even recommend it to people. It's that terrible. But it says here, during an exclusive session of the Television Critics Association, Showtime President of Entertainment Gary Levine announced that production on Halo will begin in Budapest this fall and air in early 2021. So he did hang out and talk to some reporters who asked us some questions. So it says here that parental guidance is suggested, saying here that most video game movies have to go with the PG-13 rating to reach the largest possible fan base of gamers, many of whom are kids and teenagers. Showtime has no restrictions on content, although they do intend to keep the audience for Halo in mind. They're not going to be sanding off all the edges, but the audience that includes Showtime's fans of Homeland and Dexter too, saying we want to be able to satisfy gamers, but this is a human portrait, so violence is going to have consequence. It will sort of belong in our PG-13, almost R universe of shows. I'm not sure what age you're talking about, but again, hopefully we'll satisfy the gamers and satisfy Showtime drama watchers. Screw them. Screw the Showtime. I don't care about them. I don't care about them. If you want to look, this is the thing. I'm gonna be fair up here. If you want to make this a big deal, if you want to make this a huge thing where fans flock to Showtime and don't just pirate your damn show, because you're dealing with gamers and most of them know how to pirate. You don't even bother with Showtime drama watchers. No one cares about that. Don't even do it. It's so stupid to do. Oh, we're gonna be PG-13, almost rated R, because we really want to work with, we appeal to our Showtime drama watchers. No one watches Showtime drama because it's tame. People watch the L Word because they want to see some Scissor Me Timbers. People watched Dexter because they wanted to see a dude kill people. People watch these shows because they're well written and they don't shy away from violence. No, you're not. Halo's been around for almost 20 years. By the time it comes out, it will be 20 years. Almost. So, no, people are of age. Don't be a dick. And then this one here is a big problem, right? So, Pablo Schrieber will play Master Chief, and Levine showed a behind-the-scenes photo of Schreiber staring down Master Chief's helmet. But Levine isn't revealing whether or not he'll take the helmet off in the show. He says, wait and see. What I love about Pablo is that he has a physicality to be a Spartan, to be Master Chief, but he is a great dramatic actor. He's got such a twinkle in his eye. He's so good with wit and comedy. We want Master Chief to have range, and Pablo brings the range. Okay, so in regards to that is going to be an absolute utter deal breaker for a lot of people. This is John 117, Spartan 117. We never see his face. He has taken his helmet off in the game. We never saw his face. They talked a bit about it in some of the books. They never describe his face. John doesn't exist in that particular regard. He is Master Chief Spartan 117 with Cortana. That is it. They take off his mask, and I understand it here. We go back to that Showtime drama watcher line. He is a good dramatic actor, and he's got a good twinkle in his eye, and he's good with wit and comedy. Now, same problem could be said about maybe Tom Holland as Spider-Man. Tom Holland has a lot of charisma, a lot of that twinkle in his eye, a lot of good humor and wit. And and we tend to look at people's facial expressions in order to take a cue from what they're thinking or how they're emoting. This is the problem. When you have somebody in a mask, like Spartan 117, like Master Chief, and you try to have them be a dramatic actor, it's going to fail on a couple of levels simply because people aren't going to be able to relate to them. And if you're sitting there, if you go, that's not true. No, it's totally true. It's totally true. It really would depend on his dramatic skills, but this is Spartan 117. He is a man of few words who carries a very large gun and takes out Covenant super quick, the Flood super quick. And it's mostly Cortana and his conversations and the other interactions with, let's say, Johnson, then and other people that are going to then fill out the plot. But I know making him the key character, the core character, is going to be a problem, which means they're probably going to give him a sidekick who's going to do more of the emoting, in my honest opinion. But that's a big thing when it comes to canon. But then apparently it's also going to take a look at the other canon. So it says it's not just the video games, it's novels, comic books, animation. And Levine says here, hopefully you're going to get new information in our series, but we're not going to violate any of the things in the canon. No, really, but you sit there and say, wait and see whether or not he takes off his helmet. That's not a good sign. The good news is we've been working closely with 343 through the entire development process. They are both there both as a resource to tell us stuff we don't know and to make sure we're not violating anything big in the canon. We're doing this with total confidence that the fans are going to embrace what we are doing. And here's the deal, man. Like, here's the thing. I want to embrace this show. I want there to be a Halo show. I wanted there to be a Halo movie. Alex Garland's script was very good. I would love to have seen it being made. It came out at a time when neither Microsoft or studios knew how to handle any of this stuff, and they all got their heads shoved up their asses, and they all screwed it up. But we got District 9 out of it, so that's like the only positive thing that came out of that whole situation. When you want to sit there and talk about respecting canon, but then teasing whether or not Spartan 117 is going to take off his helmet, that is a big deal. One of the things that sold Dread 2012 to fans was the fact that, again, Alex Garland, who wrote the script and I guess kind of shadow directed the movie, kept Carl Urban in the helmet the entire time. Now, Urban was able to growl and grunt and show his mouth, which gave us some emotion. But him being in his helmet the entire time is one of the things that sold it as being true to the source material. And that is what people want. They want true to the source material. Now, I understand, as I previously mentioned in the situation involving Tom Holland and Spider-Man, or anyone in a mask, it's hard to have a dramatic character moment when no one can see your eyes, because the eyes are the window to the soul. We look at people's eyes, and that's how we generally tend to judge a lot of their emotion, right? Remember, like 90% of all communication is nonverbal. So that is a big problem when adapting these types of properties. And I get that. All I'm saying is find another way. Because Halo fans, regardless of how true to canon the show is, regardless of how true to canon any of it is, if he takes off his mask, die-hard, 2 decades old players are going to revolt. They're not going to be happy with that. And then it's all this money, all this time, just in order to piss off the core fan base, which is who's going to come and see the show, who's going to come and purchase subscriptions to see the show. Oh, you want your Showtime dramatic viewers to watch it? Fuck them. They're not your audience here. Don't try to make them your audience. Don't try to do that. I understand you want to make a profit. You want to make a profit? Don't with canon. We learned that with Ghostbusters 2016, didn't we? We learned that in essence, to an extent, even with like The Last Jedi. People don't like it, and they're vocal, and they're going to be loud. Now, as a result of all this, I will be covering the Halo series as much as I possibly can. I am a huge fan, and I'm waiting to see what happens. Don't let me down. Please don't let me down. However, I do want to hear what you guys have to say about this. What are your thoughts on this one? Do you feel that this is going to be a good thing, a bad thing? Is it a deal breaker if Master Chief takes off his helmet? Is it a deal breaker? I mean, I don't want to sit there and say yeah, because I'm interested to see the show, but there's a large part of me that's like, yeah, it's kind of a deal breaker. It is, and I know it might seem petty to you if you're not a long-term Halo fan. I've been playing for 18 years. I'm a huge fan. Love the canon. So much rich lore, rich history there. Great characters, including Master Chief in his helmet. But can it be transferred to the small screen? That's what we're going to have to wait and see. And I really hope they find a way to do it that doesn't come across as cheap and terrible. But who knows? It's Showtime. Honest to God, when's the last good non-drama Showtime show? Yeah, there's nothing I ever watched. Ever since Dexter finished season 4, and it went downhill. And I've been a Dexter apologist for a while, but even I'll admit it went downhill after season 4. There's nothing on Netflix on Showtime that's kept my attention. Homeland for me ended in season 3 when Brody passed. Other than that, I never cared about Shameless. The L Word, I have Pornhub. Just saying. What's there on Showtime that has been that level of fantastic? Don't mess with the canon or you're going to lose the fans. Anyway, your thoughts, your opinions, please write them down in the comments below. If you like the video, please toss it a like. Let's try to get it to about 200. I think we can. If you are a Halo fan, hit like 100%. And I look forward to your commentary, your thoughts, your criticisms. Please subscribe also. Have yourself a great day, guys, and peace out.